Do you know the key to your success is not found in your bank account, but in the clarity of your mind? Yes. What if a clear mind, when you have a more focused mind, is more valuable than money? Would you make any difference? Today, I'll be talking about why something as simple as mental clarity is the ultimate asset. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, I'm Miss Wangui Muithathi and welcome back to my channel, your trusted resource for personal development and things like financial empowerment. In this video, I'll be talking about a powerful concept which most people would let it slide. Mental clarity as the most valuable asset for surpassing money. We will examine how a clear mind enables you to navigate uncertainty and also how it helps you make the right decisions and at the same time live a more fulfilling life. Before we begin, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications bell so you don't miss out on any insights on mastering your mind and wealth. Let's first start by comparing mental clarity to monetary wealth. We all know money is a tool, a social construct that holds value because we all agree on it. But mental clarity, that's a different kind, a different breed of wealth. Let's talk about adaptability over material wealth. When you have a clear mind, it helps you navigate uncertainty and solve problems. Look at some historical figures like Marcus Aurelius, who relied on stoic wisdom, or modern innovators like Elon Musk, I'm sure you know or you've heard about him, who prioritizes strategic thinking and resilience over mere financial gain. What's its intrinsic value? While money, of course, is fleeting, mental clarity fosters inner peace, purpose, and of course, autonomy. When you have a mind that is free of clutter, you'll find yourself avoiding, or in simple terms, you'll not find yourself having like a decision paralysis. And at the same time, it enables deliberate action aligned with your true values. Now, let's have a look at how modern life is designed to confuse us and distract us from having a clear mind. And that's, of course, because this world is designed to confuse us. I say this because today's world bombards us with too much information and consumerist pressures all over the place that cloud our judgment. There's information overload. Things like algorithms and media platforms are built to keep you engaged, in case you didn't know. And most of the time, it's at the expense of the truth. Social media echo chambers always amplify extremes, fragmenting your attention and at the same time distorting your perception on things. So there's a lot of consumerism and societal pressures. When you see an advertisement, it is there to create an artificial need. Okay? And that's why after you see an advert, you might see something and you had not even planned of buying it, and then all of a sudden you feel the need to have it. But in reality, you don't. Okay? That's what adverts are for. They create artificial needs. And now the problem is, with this hustle culture that we live in, it forces conformity. You find yourself conforming to these adverts, and these things are just all over our faces. And at the end of the day, this makes it hard for us or for you to focus on what truly matters. And this is your inner growth and clarity. Now, let's look at how mental clarity empowers you to actually make better decisions. In this instance, I'm trying to say clarity is power. When you have a clear mind, that is a very powerful thing. Okay? A clear mind is power. Because there's nothing anyone can do to control you. Okay? A clear mind cuts through the noise, enabling strategic decision making and resilience against manipulation. An individual with a very clear mind, you'll not find them falling for manipulation. For them, adverts are just like some sort of entertainment. Okay? What's strategic decision making? Warren Buffett, for example, focuses on long term value rather than the market hype. Okay? That's one of the advantages of having a clear mind. It allows you to see beyond short term, distractions, thus strategic decision making. With strong critical thinking, you are able to discern, you can just look and tell when information that is brought before you is misleading. Okay? It doesn't matter how it is brought, forth, whether it's an advert, be it a political propaganda, or something like a predatory marketing. You can be able to tell from a distance there is manipulation. So you become more resilient against manipulation. But what about the pressures of the world? Let's touch a little bit on that. When it comes to walking alone versus the herd. In a world of conformity, independent thought is revolutionary. Herd mentality offers you something like comfort by reducing personal effort, resulting to most of the times group thinking. You'll never use your mind, your head. So you end up in stifled innovations. In simple terms, I'm trying to say there's cognitive comfort in conformity. But when you have the courage to diverge, when you're not afraid of walking alone, there's power in that. Okay? Think of innovators like Greta Thunberg and Steve Jobs. These are individuals who challenged norms and actually pursued their unique visions. Okay? True clarity means you believing in yourself and choosing your own path rather than following the crowd blindly. Okay? So if it were up to me, I'd want to have a clear mind, and I'm just glad I'm not the type of person who's afraid to walk alone. I love my own company, so that's one thing I'm proud of. Now, let's try and balance the externals with internal realities. While mental clarity is invaluable, remember that it exists alongside practical needs. Okay? Let's look at interdependence of needs. Financial stability supports self-development. As Maslow's hierarchy suggests, a basic level of security is needed for higher growth. Clarity is a privilege when your fundamental needs are met. But don't get me wrong, independent thinking doesn't mean isolation. Okay? It's about knowing when to lead, when to follow, or when it's time to forge your own path while collaborating with like-minded individuals. Thus, community existing alongside individualism. Finally, let's talk about how to cultivate this clarity in your day-to-day life. This is an ongoing practice. It is not something you do in one day and then you're done. Here are some practical steps for you. 1. Mindfulness and meditation. Incorporate things like meditation, journaling, or something as simple as breathing exercises. This is something you can do in the office, when you're driving. It doesn't really matter where you are. Things that will help you clear your mind and enhance focus. 2. Curate your information. In simple terms, set boundaries with technology. Okay? Try digital detoxes and limit exposure to misinformation. So, you can do this by unfollowing pages, blocking, or literally just not going online unless you really have to. Okay? Choose to read a book or go for a walk. Something that will just limit this kind of exposure. Okay? 3. Continuous learning. Engage in lifelong learning through books, courses, and even discussions that actually challenge your perspective on things, or just something that will challenge you. Okay. And finally, embrace discomfort. And this is because growth lies beyond your comfort zones. If you want to grow, you have to be comfortable with discomfort. Okay. Adopt a growth mindset and always welcome challenges as new opportunities to help you build mental agility. Okay? In conclusion, while money is an essential tool when it comes to our daily lives, true wealth comes in mental clarity. Because even if you have a lot of money, but mentally you still have work to do, you're going to lose a lot of money. Okay? So at the end of the day, it will be like you don't have any money at all. It was not worth working for that money. Because a clear mind empowers you to make strategic decisions, and it will also help you resist manipulation. Okay? People are out here to get your money. They don't care how they will do it. They will manipulate you. They will lie to you. So you really need mental clarity. Okay? And that's the only way you'll be able to live a life that is aligned with your true values. Remember, mental clarity isn't just a luxury, it's a need. It's the foundation of lasting influence and fulfillment. I hope this gets to help someone. Work on your mental clarity. At the end of the day, do what's best for you. I'm Miss Wangui Muithathi, and see you in my next video.